Okay, so you just answered the question, can a force make an object start to move without anything touching the object? Yes, we already know that in order to move objects, we can touch them to move them. So if I wanted to push my desk farther away from me, I would take my hands and I would push that desk. If I wanted to pull the desk closer to me, I would take my desk and I would pull it closer to me. That's a touching force. It's a force that acts between objects that are touching each other. We've already investigated touching forces earlier in the lesson when we moved blocks. And when we also made chain reactions, think back to our dominoes. In order to make that line of dominoes fall, I had to first touch the first domino, which made the next domino fall and the next one. So they kept touching each other. Now, our next vocabulary word, and something that we've also learned, is a non-touching force. It's a force that acts between objects that are not touching each other. We found evidence of this today when we used our magnets. We know that there are different things that are magnetic. So think back to the magnet and the paper clip. What is when the magnet starts getting closer to the paper clip? It's not going to touch it to make it come closer to it. It just already has that non-touching force. The pull when two magnets come together is obviously a non-touching force, even though the magnets do end up touching. We just learned a new key concept, that some forces happen between objects that are touching, other forces happen between objects that are non-touching. What you're about to do is you're about to do a workbook page. Let's look at it. It says directions. Answer the question below and record your evidence. Use the words in the word bank when you record your evidence. The first question is, can a force make an object start to move without anything touching the object? We know the answer to this question. We just investigated it. Yes, and force can make an object start to move without anything touching the object. Now it's asking for your evidence. That is your proof that it's true. We have our word bank right here, so we can use all these words to describe this. Well, you're going to be doing this in your Google Classroom, and you're going to do it before you continue to move on. So what you'll do is you'll pause this Nearpod video, and you'll go back to Google Classroom, and you'll go ahead and work on assignment number 2.